For one night only, witness the return of one of the most legendary artists of our generation. Reintroducing...
Me. It's been a long time. Well, hey there, everybody. Did you miss me? Well, I missed you too. I was going through all kinds of stuff that was kind of preventing me from making other videos. Moving! Depression! Unmotivated! But I'm back and continuing my lovely review series of 2000s Disney animated films. Next one on the agenda? Do you guys remember Brother Bear? Cool, because I keep forgetting about it. I know that seems to be a recurring theme with this decade for Disney. It could be because their live action movies were so prominent and their animated ones just slipped through the cracks. Screw you cartoons, give me pirates. But if you turned on Disney Channel in the year 2003, they were really pushing this one to be special. Dinosaur, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, that was just experimentation. That was just me drunk at a party. She means nothing to me. Brother Bear felt like a promise to get back to what made the company successful. A heartwarming story with solid animation, some woodland critters, and music to help us along the journey. And who better to do that music than an old friend?
The king has returned.
Yep, we got good old Phil Collins back to give us some songs and recapture that magic that gave all kinds of awards to Tarzan. Did lightning strike twice? No, but it wasn't a toaster bath either. Oh, thank God. I know there's a weird hatred for Phil Collins, how his voice is annoying, that he's very one-dimensional, but I got no beef with him. Barry Manilow, however, your days are numbered. Let me get into the actual film though. Brothers Sitka, Denai, and Kenai live in post-Ice Age Alaska where they prepare for a ceremony for Kenai, the youngest, to get his totem, a carving necklace that symbolizes your calling. The oldest Sitka has the Eagle of Guidance, and Denai, the middle brother, has the Wolf of Wisdom. Kenai, however, leaves upset that he receives the Bear of Love. Enraged that a bear had stolen the fish that the brothers gathered, they go after the bear, but Sitka sacrifices himself to save them. Vengeful, Kenai finds the bear and kills it, only for the spirit of Sitka to arrive and transform Kenai into a bear for his senseless act. Kenai, now a bear, can talk to other animals and befriends a cub named Coda that says he can help him take him to the Northern Lights where Kenai believes he can be changed back. But the group has to be careful because Denai believes Bear Kenai to be the bear that killed his two brothers and is now out for revenge himself. One thing I have to appreciate about all these 2000s Disney films is their desire to create stories that are kind of intense. Vengeful brother that is out to kill an animal that is actually his brother? Sounds like a story from Tales from the Crypt. I think the story is actually not bad. It's complex with telling the audience how the tribe does things, from their ceremonies and the use of totems, plus the aspect of literal shape-shifting and spirit animals, but delves into what ultimately is a simple road trip movie, which kind of is disappointing. So the story is something I do find quite fascinating, but it means nothing unless you have some meaningful and memorable characters, and they aren't really here. Kenai, played by literal Oscar winner Joaquin Phoenix, does fine as the main character. He's the whiny younger brother when he's human, and he whines that he's turned into a bear, grumpy being around the annoyance that is Coda, and just wants back to his normal life. It's supposed to be that he's annoyed with his situation, but you grow on him when he learns to accept his fate and Coda, but honestly, I never really did. Kuzco did this trope better. The character turned into an animal and just wants out of their situation, but learns to change. But I felt that change in Kuzco more. Maybe it's because Kuzco was more extreme with his arrogance, or at the very least, Spade made the character more entertaining, but Kenai just doesn't do it for me. Coda is the free-spirited, fun-loving companion on Kenai's journey, the yin to grumpy Kenai's yang. He doesn't shut up, he makes friends with everyone they meet, but also needs saving from time to time. I don't have much to say about Coda. He's exactly what you expect in this type of movie. You're supposed to say, oh, come on, Kenai, accept the kid, even with all his annoyances. I don't have a brother. I have a sister, and that sister has a daughter, my niece, that, well, She's aight. But I will say, the connection between Coda and Kenai is lovely and relatable as the story goes on. I just can't help but make the comparison between other reluctant buddy trip Disney films like Groove or a Goofy movie. We also have Rut and Took, played by Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, the comedic moose with Canadian accents. I guess they're based on characters Moranis and Thomas played on Second City Television, which I never watched. Which brings me to a big problem with this film. The jokes just aren't funny. We can make the excuse that what you can do in a G-rated film for comedy is limited, but that's a cop-out. Again, going back to Emperor's New Groove, Kronk is absolutely hilarious with his quirky ways. The way they use slapstick is amazing, the fourth wall breaking, yet doesn't take away from the journey at hand. These jokes here just seem lazy. The moose, while riding some mammoths, play I Spy and just keep spotting a tree. It gets old quick. Is it because I'm not Canadian? But I love hockey! Like this joke with the Rams yelling shut up and their echo answering. I expected this out of something like, say, Ice Age for a cheap chuckle. At least the Grinch made it short and sweet. Other characters are few and far between. Sitka, the wise older brother, but is gone early in the film. Denai just becomes Bloodlust searching for the bear and doesn't have any interesting qualities during that. The shaman woman who knows Kenai is a bear and tells him why it happened is kind of a Rafiki-like character. Helps the hero understand what they need to do, but then is gone till the end. And then the random bears at the salmon run. They're hesitant to accept Kenai, but warm up to him. They aren't around long enough for me to care much about them, though. The focus is mostly on Kenai and Coda's relationship on the journey, which I guess is necessary with the name of Brother Bear. So the story and script has potential, but mostly falls flat. The characters are relatable, but mostly unoriginal. How about those songs, Phil? Yeah, as stated earlier, this isn't Phil Collins' best work. They aren't that bad. Welcome is a nice upbeat song about togetherness, Great Spirits is a pretty quality opening and closing number, and On My Way feels like the Strangers Like Me of the film, the focal point of what the whole thing is about. Strangers Like Me has Tarzan discovering humans and the weird, at least to him, ways they communicate. On My Way is about someone on the move. Yeah, let's not look for emotional complexity and everything. Look, you're watching this channel. Interesting to note that unlike the Tarzan tracks, Collins doesn't sing on all of these. Great Spirits is actually sung by Tina Turner, and Welcome is done by the Blind Boys of Alabama with Collins doing the bridge. I did hear Collins wasn't happy about this because he only writes songs that would work for him, but I don't think that would have changed anything. But Look Through My Eyes and No Way Out were billed as the big soundtrack singles for this, and they just don't do it for me. They both sound like songs that your parents are listening to on the Adult Contemporary channel on XM radio. And I'm still trying to get this thing to work. Look Through My Eyes was re-recorded by Everlife for the Disney film Bridge to Terabithia, but we'll cut the rope on that. So what do I think of this movie as a whole? Well, as I kind of said in the beginning of the video, it's forgettable. The characters are generic, but not the worst voice acted. The story has some interesting ideas, but doesn't feel like it reaches its true potential. The jokes mostly fall flat and are usually pretty dry, and Phil's songs here are mediocre at best. Definitely not the same level as Tarzan. I can praise the animation for being neat and tidy, as a way to describe it. The colors are nice, the lighting sets the mood a lot for the tone of the scene, which works, but this feels pretty standard. If I'm praising you for mood lighting, you're not even gonna get the second base with me. Hey, I'm not that type of gal. So can I recommend it? Well, compared to the others from this 2000s era, I will say at least those had some bold ideas, even if some were confusingly executed. This has some interesting ideas, but played it safe and kind of threw them away for a generic buddy road trip. With that in mind, it doesn't hurt to watch this one. It's not bad per se, but you'll probably not remember most of it. In the words of Hulk Hogan, "What you gonna do when you forget about the bear movie, brother?" He said that, right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and tell me, have you seen Brother Bear? What do you think about it? You like Phil Collins music? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, or enemies, I guess, and subscribe to my channel for more nostalgia lookbacks, animation reviews, and anything else I can come up with. Next up on our list we have... Oh God. Oh God.